Oak Island's first real warning didn't come from signs or symbols. It came from silence. In 1804, a worker shut a wooden hatch, left the island, and never came back. He refused to explain what was underneath, saying only this: opening it again won't bring wealth. It will bring something else. 2 centuries passed in silence. Storms erased the trails, maps faded into myth, names were lost to time. Yet beneath the shifting ground, one thing remained exactly where it had been placed, sealed, reinforced, and deliberately forgotten. Until the moment Lagina stood over it. Almost immediately, something felt off. The soil around the structure was unnaturally cold, unlike the earth surrounding it. The timber should have rotted long ago, yet it hadn't aged the way wood should, and carved into its frame was a symbol, unfamiliar, undocumented, and unlike anything ever recorded on Oak Island. When the last barrier finally broke, there was no gold, no artifacts, no reward waiting below, only emptiness, a hollow chamber, silent, undisturbed, as though it had never been meant to be opened, only monitored. No one celebrated, no one spoke, because in that moment, the realization hit. This wasn't a vault designed to protect treasure. It was a structure built to keep something sealed away. Before this goes any further, subscribe, because what comes next forces us to question everything we thought we knew about Oak Island. Rick peered into the opening, and darkness stared back. Not shallow darkness, something deep and endless, like a mouth ready to consume whatever leaned too close. Inside, the air felt dense, heavy, charged with age. His flashlight cut through the black, and the shadows seemed to shift, stretching and bending unnaturally. This wasn't an empty space. Something was down there. Something was watching. Then came the whisper. His name. Soft, unmistakable, and impossible. For centuries, Oak Island has drawn in treasure hunters and mystery seekers alike. Stories of pirate gold, Templar artifacts, and lost knowledge have fueled endless excavations. But no one had prepared for this. For years, experts had scanned the island using sonar, seismic readings, and 3D imaging. Steve, the team's data specialist, was already integrating the newest scans into a digital model, trying to untangle the underground chaos. One detail stood out immediately. A perfectly squared wall, far too precise to be natural, hidden inside the cavern. A structure built by human hands, placed there centuries ago. Lagina couldn't take his eyes off the sonar display. This wasn't just a cave. This was intentional, planned. Was it a vault? A trap? A corridor leading even deeper? The theories flew, but everyone agreed on one thing. Someone had gone to extraordinary lengths to make sure whatever was down there stayed hidden. There was no backing out now. Cameras rolled as the team prepared to push forward. The money pit, Oak Island's most infamous enigma, had never felt closer to revealing its truth. The moment digging resumed, water surged in fast and unforgiving. By 65 feet down, it was no longer a challenge, it was a war. Pumps ran endlessly, but the deeper they pushed, the harder the island fought back. If they couldn't control the flooding, everything would be lost. That's when Dumas contracting struck something unexpected. A separate cavern, reinforced with wooden beams, hidden away from the main shaft. Rick stood at the edge, staring into the black void below. In his gut, he knew this wasn't another collapse or dead end. This felt deliberate, like a chamber meant to stay concealed, an escape route, a sealed burial, or something no one had ever intended to be opened again. Every possibility carried its own kind of dread. Oak Island had seen countless confident diggers arrive, convinced they were on the brink of history, only to leave defeated, empty-handed, and financially drained. But this time was different. This didn't feel like another illusion. It felt dangerously real. Each breakthrough seemed to trigger a new resistance. For years, critics claimed the island was nothing more than a cycle of hope and disappointment, a story designed to keep curiosity alive. But standing at the edge of that cavern, the team understood what outsiders didn't. They had spent years following fragments, damaged maps, half-lost legends, scattered clues, all pointing towards something meaningful. Now it felt like they were finally standing in front of it. Water seeped into every crack, flooding the very spaces they needed to work. Oak Island seemed engineered to defeat intruders, like a built-in defense system designed centuries ago. Still, stopping wasn't an option. If they walked away now, this entrance could vanish again, claimed by mud, water, and time, waiting for another generation to stumble upon it. Every shift of the ancient support beams sent a low groan through the cavern, enough to make even veteran diggers pause. The wood was old, fragile, and yet somehow still holding. Whoever built this hadn't rushed. They planned. They expected a future. As the team moved deeper, one truth became impossible to ignore. This wasn't a random hiding place. It was constructed with purpose. Someone meant to return, or something was meant to remain, either waiting to be found or meant to stay buried forever. The mystery beneath Oak Island has captured attention across the world, raising hopes that this discovery could finally answer questions that have lingered for centuries. Now, the team is relying on Steve to merge all the data into a precise 3D model, one that may finally reveal what truly lies beneath the island's surface. Everyone involved is anxious to see what secrets the new model might uncover about the underground layout, and what it could reveal about the island's past. One image in particular grabbed Lagina's attention, a sonar scan showing what looks like a perfectly square wall embedded deep within one section of the cave. Its shape immediately raised eyebrows. Features like this don't form naturally, and the team believes it could hold critical clues about the methods and intentions of earlier explorers who once chased the mystery of the money pit. Finds like these matter because they reshape how we understand Oak Island's history. They suggest the underground system may be far more elaborate than anyone previously imagined. Now the team is slowing down, analyzing every detail, trying to reconstruct the steps taken by those who worked beneath the island centuries ago. This discovery could be the missing piece that finally connects many of the unanswered questions that have kept Oak Island in the spotlight for generations. As Steve continues refining the 3D model, discussions intensify among the team. Why would someone build structures deep inside a cave? Some believe these features were designed to protect valuables, while others suspect they may lead to a much larger hidden complex. Every theory is different, but the goal is shared by all: to uncover the truth buried beneath the money pit. The possibility that something extraordinary still lies below only strengthens their resolve. Driven by that belief, the team decides to move forward and dig deeper. Cameras are set, plans are made, and they prepare to resume operations the following day. Rick Lagina and Craig Tester step into leadership roles at the money pit, backed by Scott Barlow and the experienced crew from Dumar Contracting Limited. But one major problem refuses to go away: water. Flooding continues to plague the shaft, making progress increasingly difficult. Around 65 feet down, the team focuses on an area where water is aggressively seeping in. No matter what measures they take, the flow doesn't stop. It's a serious obstacle that threatens to derail the entire operation and forces the team to reconsider their strategy. At the same time, a different question begins to surface. With excitement running high and determination pushing them forward, some observers wonder whether the true objective is uncovering history or sustaining interest for television audiences. Oak Island has been explored repeatedly, its legends retold season after season. Each year seems to reveal just enough to keep the story alive, but never quite enough to bring it to a definitive end. Skeptics argue that if something truly valuable existed, modern technology would have exposed it long ago. Yet the digging continues, fueled by hope and the promise of discovery. In that sense, Oak Island's mystery may be just as much about storytelling and perseverance as it is about treasure. Perhaps the island's greatest riches aren't buried underground, but found in the journey itself and the stories created along the way. Still, new developments keep the momentum alive. Duma Contracting recently uncovered another cavern, roughly 65 feet below the surface, just outside a key area of the island. What made this find especially compelling was the presence of wooden supports, strong evidence that human hands may have shaped this space long ago. Lagina immediately recognized the potential. Could this passage lead to a hidden chamber filled with valuable artifacts or long-lost treasure? As Rick examined the site, it became clear that what initially seemed like another challenge might actually be a turning point. This cavern could finally help explain mysteries that have lingered for centuries. But once again, water stands in the way. Controlling the constant seepage is critical before any further exploration can safely continue. Deeper beneath Oak Island, more surprises await. Places many believe could be gateways to the island's long-rumored wealth. The team is joined by Blaine Carrick, an expert in underwater imaging, who begins assessing the island's subterranean features. Their first objective is to study a cave, located between 140 and 142 feet below the surface, searching for signs of human modification. They look closely for entrances, exits, or construction marks that could explain how the space was used. What they find is encouraging. Several areas show strong potential, hinting that multiple deposits or chambers may exist beneath the money pit. Energized by these results, attention shifts to a newly drilled borehole leading into a space they've nicknamed Aladdin's Cave. To investigate further, the team lowers a high-definition camera into the opening, hoping to get a clearer picture of what lies inside. The goal is to confirm whether the cave was shaped intentionally and to better understand its contents. Every frame of footage could hold vital clues about Oak Island's hidden world. For Rick and Marty Lagina, these moments represent years of patience, setbacks, and unwavering belief that the island still holds untold secrets. Blaine Carrick's role becomes increasingly important at this stage. If access can be improved, he plans to conduct a detailed sonar scan that could precisely map the cave's structure. Such data might finally reveal how this underground space was formed and why. Rick Lagina stresses the importance of the initial camera survey. While it offers valuable insight, it also makes one thing clear. Much of this cavern remains unexplored, and its secrets are still waiting. Rick explained that while the camera footage was useful, it had clear limitations, especially when it came to identifying objects or structures along the cave floor. That reality underscored the need for deeper, more advanced investigation. Marty Lagina echoed that concern, emphasizing how critical it was to determine whether the cave had formed naturally or was intentionally created by human hands. He pointed out that if Oak Island's legendary treasure lay beneath this cavern, it could finally answer many of the island's most enduring historical mysteries. After identifying what appeared to be human-made features inside Aladdin's cave, the team moved ahead with a full sonar survey of the chamber. This step was essential for accurately measuring the cave's size and locating any tunnels that might link it to other underground areas. By choosing the Echologger DAS-710 sonar system, the team demonstrated their commitment to using cutting-edge technology. The Echologger DAS-710 works by sending powerful acoustic signals that bounce off surfaces inside the cave, including walls, floors, and possible obstructions. Those returning signals are then processed to produce a detailed three-dimensional image of the submerged environment. This advanced mapping allows researchers to see Aladdin's cave with remarkable clarity and plays a crucial role in determining whether the space is a natural formation or the result of human engineering. Just as importantly, it helps identify potential connections to other underground structures across Oak Island. The next morning, the team gathers at their meeting area, eager to review the sonar-generated 3D model. What they see is electrifying. A possible man-made entrance concealed within what otherwise looks like a naturally formed cave. The discovery reignites excitement, raising the possibility that a hidden passage or chamber lies just beyond reach. While the exact scale and depth remain unknown, the mystery only deepens, strengthening the team's resolve to keep pushing forward. As they study the 3D imagery, discussion quickly turns to what that apparent entrance could mean and what secrets it might conceal. Lagina is especially energized by the thought of physically entering the cave. He suggests that human-built features may be buried beneath layers of sediment, potentially hiding a chamber filled with valuable artifacts. That possibility sparks serious conversation about launching a careful, intensive, and costly exploration. Marty adds that the cave appears to contain elements rarely found in purely natural environments, reinforcing the belief that they may be looking at a significant archaeological site. Motivated by these findings, the team decides to drill an additional borehole so the sonar equipment can penetrate deeper and generate even clearer images. This extra drilling is intended to reveal whether the cave stands alone or connects to other chambers and tunnels. By gaining a clearer picture of the cave's structure, the team hopes to unlock more of its history and possibly locate hidden treasure. Rick and Marty feel they're closing in on something monumental, perhaps even the elusive clay layer long believed to protect Oak Island's riches. After weighing the costs, time, and effort, they agree the potential payoff justifies the risk. Their determination remains unwavering, fueled by the belief that every new clue brings them closer to solving a mystery centuries in the making. Meanwhile, work continues beneath the garden shaft as Rick and Marty actively support the crew from Jumar Contracting Limited. The team reaches depths between 90 and 93 feet. But before the final wooden structure can be installed, several more feet of dense clay must be removed. Rick and Marty step in to help with the effort. During this intense phase, Marty reflects on his family's long connection to Oak Island, recalling how their grandfather once traveled there while working in Michigan's mines. He describes their current work as extraordinary, not just historically significant, but deeply personal as well. Lowering themselves into the shaft, Rick and Marty take on the grueling task of breaking apart the hardened clay using pneumatic jackhammers. Powered by compressed air, the heavy tools are effective but exhausting. Once the clay is loosened, The Juma crew plans to remove it using a 3-ton hammer grab, clearing the way for the final construction stage. As they work, the physical toll becomes obvious. The jackhammers, weighing between 60 and 70 pounds, are difficult to control, and Marty notes how frequently they become stuck in the clay. Then, during the excavation, Rick experiences a startling moment. He feels the spade bit strike something solid. It could be nothing, or it could be the long-sought tunnel. Later that day, Rick, Scott Barlow, and Craig Tester receive the confirmation they've been waiting for. Dumar Contracting reports that the garden shaft has been successfully deepened to roughly 95 feet in the money pit area, intersecting a tunnel believed to stand about 7 feet high. This passage is thought to lead toward the so-called baby blob and potentially to a massive cache of hidden treasure. With access finally achieved, the team prepares to explore the tunnel. As Rick steps inside, he immediately notices signs of wood, suggesting a timbered structure lies further ahead. To improve access, the crew decides to extend the tunnel by adding another section, gaining an additional 32 inches of space. As digging continues, several logs aligned with the tunnel's direction come into view. Rick points out that the ground beneath one of them feels hollow, instantly capturing everyone's attention. Encouraged by this discovery, the team pushes deeper, hopeful this lead will finally deliver answers. Particularly intriguing are several circular wooden pieces that resemble construction techniques associated with the original money pit. Rick recalls a Reader's Digest article describing how round logs were used in the early excavation, reinforcing his belief that they're closing in on something extraordinary. Marty shares that excitement, suggesting their 15-year search may be approaching a turning point, possibly just feet away from the island's original dig. At the same time, Jack Begley teams up with metal detection expert Gary Drayton at Lot 5 on the island's western side. Recently acquired, this area quickly proves to be one of Oak Island's most promising locations. Early finds reveal a stone structure believed to be as old as the garden shaft itself, along with tools that may date back nearly 400 years, evidence of long-term human activity. Among the most astonishing discoveries is half of a Roman coin, believed to date to around 300 BC, suggesting Oak Island's history may stretch far deeper into the past than previously imagined. Another standout find is a large, weathered square nail from the 1700s, which Gary immediately recognizes as highly significant. Marty believes Lot 5 could hold critical clues about who originally built the money pit. Together, these artifacts paint a powerful picture of Oak Island's ancient past and even hint at possible connections to the Knights Templar. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into Oak Island's mysteries, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with fellow treasure hunters. Turn on notifications so you don't miss future discoveries, and let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Your support helps keep the search alive.